I guess, what is your take on the scene and like how have you seen it grow? And I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
And I'm not even talking about just the Pacific Northwest. I mean like the whole West Coast.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so the whole West Coast, we all got to pick it up and just start doing a little better. I just feel like what I see for the most part is just a lot of people leaning more into gimmicks than the music. You know, a lot of people just trying to really go viral and just do different things that's going to get the eyes on them. But then it's like you forget the music still has to be there. And really it's deeper than rap. You know, like everything about you has to be there. And I just think a lot of people forget about that. I think everybody just kind of focus on the gimmicks, trying to go viral, just trying to have that moment and let me make a song for TikTok that's gonna pop, or let me, you know, this viral topic is going on right now. Let me talk about that, or instead of really just plugging into them and plugging into the music. So I think more people should just pour into them and, you know, really just kind of take that approach versus just trying to do what everybody wants them to do.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Rubino.
And this DJ in the building.
And you listening to the UpNUp Podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
I don't know, just listen.
Yes. Welcome.
What it do?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning to the UpNUp Podcast on the UpNUp Network. I'm your host, Rubino.
And I'm DJ man.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Good.
Chilling like a villain?
Yes, sir.
I'm good. You know me, I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah.
Always, man. Blessed. Grateful for the moment. As always, shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to the team.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to the listeners. If this is your first time tuning in, this is the UpNUp Podcast. This is the podcast where we're focused on cultivating culture, right? We do that by providing amazing stories of individuals, groups, movements, right?
Yeah.
You know, the hustlers, the shakers, right? People who are taking up space in their industries, respectively, right?
Yeah.
Breaking down barriers and doing it their way, right? And putting it down not only for all of us currently here, but for the next generation, right?
Yep.
Always, man.
Yep.
I'm super excited, man. It's an ugly night, raining. You know what I'm saying? But when we come in here, it's different, right?
It's good.
Right?
Yeah.
It's different, right? We change it up, right?
Yep.
So in here, it's beautiful, bro. But yeah, I'm super excited for those tuning in. I want to salute you if this is your first time. And if you're a family member, consistent supporter, listener, viewer, shout out to you, right? Always got to shout them out, right?
Yes, sir.
Always got to show love. But let's get to it, man. Like I said, we bring people up here and we're really focused on the journeys that people have been on, right?
Yeah.
I think we could all learn. Everybody got a story, you know, and everybody's story matters, right? And it's unique. And today's guest is someone who I would say is definitely a young force, especially in this thing we call hip hop, right? And working really to continue pushing his path, not only rising as an individual, but musically as well, right? He's definitely a brother who's keeping everything he's doing on the up and up, right? Always, man. Today we're joined by the amazing and talented artist representing Oakland, California, as well as Seattle, Washington, right? And really trying to take his musical journey and his path to new levels, right?
Yeah.
And we're excited to see that.
Yes, sir.
As well as with his highly anticipated debut project, which is titled Opening Act, which is set to be released this spring.
Yeah.
A lot is in store for this brother, and we're super honored to be able to have him here today and learn more about his journey and obviously, you know, the future he's got ahead of him, right?
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's just get straight to him, man. Our guest is none other than the man himself, Jay York. Can we get around?
Yeah.
Man, give it up. My brother, how you doing, bro?
How you guys doing, man?
We good, man.
Happy
I'm
to
good.
be here, man. I'm blessed.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Feels good, man.
That's my word right there. Blessed, man.
Yep.
Every day, man. Every day. I walk around blessed every day, man.
Come on, man. We got to say that, man. How's the day treating you, though?
It's been good, man. No complaints. You know, I just been making moves. Just, you know, it's been a chill day. It's been cool. What about you guys, man?
Chilling, man. Same thing.
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
It's been slow motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow motion better than no motion,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's what they say, right?
Still got something going, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, we're happy to have you here, man. So as you know, we always start every episode with a quote of the day. All right, something to get the vibe right, get the conversation started. So, brother man,
Yeah.
man of the quotes.
Yes, sir.
What you got for us?
The quote of the day is never be limited by other people's limited imaginations.
Yes.
Mm.
Love it.
Yeah.
Who's that quote by?
Dr. Mae Jemison.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to tell me how far I'm going, so
Yep.
definitely appreciate that one.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
It's kind of insulting, bro, when people try to project their limitations
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
I really just laugh it off. Honestly, I just really think to myself, well, that's how you feel about yourself, but just watch me work. See what I go do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I just staying on that. I love that quote because I feel like a lot of people is like, man, you don't even know who you're talking to sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no context. So, like, you can't put limitations on people. You know?
That's what I'm saying, man. It reminds me of the other Jay-Z, when he was talking about his uncle, and he was like, he told me, man, you'll never sell a million
records.
Million records. He was like, what? All right. And then he ended up doing it, but he was like, that was his, like, his own imagination or his, like, limitations, So,
I like that.
It was people telling me, the same thing, like, oh, you're not going to do this and that, you're not really going to take it far. Now I'm sitting talking to one of the biggest podcasts in the States, so, and we still got so much more to do and so much more work, to be done. So it's like, it's like when you put the work in, all you got to do is just, look at their face. Then they don't have nothing to say after that. So
come on, man.
So yes, sir.
The limit don't exist, man.
Yes, sir.
There you go. So Jay, man, before we obviously dive into your journey and how far you've came, I just kind of want to get a pulse on like it's a new year, 2024. Like, what's your energy been like coming into this new year?
Honestly, just trying to stay focused. Really, just trying to make moves, execute. Really, just trying to just pay more attention to detail, and really just execute. And that's really all we're doing. Just really not changing our formula. We're just doing the same thing we've been doing. So it's been working for us. So why change it up?
Yeah, man, that's dope. I like how you said paying attention to detail. That was my thing coming in too.
Focused energy, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, man. So let's take it back, man. Let's talk about like your upbringing, your early life. If you want to touch on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, just growing up in Oakland. So my parents, they've been together since like 1985. It was really just Oakland was like a different kind of place. It was just a lot going on, a lot of violence, just a lot of different things to learn. Pimp culture was real strong out there. It was just a lot of different poor communities, but I mean, you live and you learn, and I was happy to make it up out of there. The reason I really moved up out of there is it was just getting too bad. My parents wanted to give me and my sister a better opportunity, so we just moved up here and just got it going. But yeah, I mean, I love Oakland. I just went back like a couple years ago. My grandma passed away, unfortunately. That's why I went down there, slid down to East Oakland. She was out there in Mercy Hospital. We just tried to just go down there and spend some time with her last couple of days. And, but that's the town, man. I got a lot of family out there. My dad's side of the family's out there. Mom's side of the family's up here. So,
I love the Bay, though.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it.
Cool,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It's lit. That culture's crazy out there.
Yeah, for real.
It's like one of one. For
real.
It
follows me to this day, man. It's never going to stop.
Yeah, and so just staying on that topic, because, one thing I know is, like, our environment, our experiences growing up, like, it shapes who we are today and, how we think, how we move, and just how we feel about ourselves. So, like, just looking back on your upbringing, like, how would you say that environment kind of shaped you as you were, like, coming up and finding yourself, I guess?
I mean, definitely shaped the music 100%. That's where a lot of my musical influence comes from. Just learning how to navigate the streets, obviously, just learning who to trust, how to trust people, what to look for, just things like that. My dad was in the streets heavy, and just really learning from him, learning from his mistakes, making my own mistakes. So,
Yeah,
that's dope, man. What was like, so moving up here, what was like the adjustment like?
I mean, I feel like it was pretty easy because, I'm going to do me everywhere I go. I don't really, I'm going to make people adapt to me. And luckily, I have family up here that was able to get me started. And my bro right there, I've been rocking with him since I pretty much moved here, So, we was able to just lock in and, they just introduced me to some people. I met some people on my own and, luckily, that was all solid, so I just locked in like that, really had a good village around me.
Yeah.
So I would say the transition was pretty smooth, just having family up here, and then as soon as you get up here, meeting solid niggas, still locked in to this day, so.
Yeah. So what was like, I'm always curious because I feel like, every artist, every creator really just has moments when like they get a spark. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably a different type of spark than you probably have from other things, whether it be sports or whatever the case is. So like when it comes to music, like what can you recall like when I guess that first spark hit you, or when you felt like, oh, I really enjoy doing this thing?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, I really always had a passion for it because, you know, my dad and like my uncles, you know, they were always like kind of rapping around the table when I was younger, you know, like at the house rapping and shit. So it was like always around. But I would say when my first passion really came, I would say like high school. Me and bro, you know, just going to the homie's house recording, you know, just really getting in that studio for the first time, seeing what it feels like. So I was like, damn, you know, I like this.
Hearing
like,
your voice.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like that, just really recording for the first couple times and really being like, damn, I could really do this. So yeah,
it's dope. I guess who were your musical influences?
Man, I would say like Mac Dre, Ice Cube, Tupac, like modern day like Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's really. Oh yeah, of course Jay-Z, B.I.G. He's gonna kill me for that beat.
He's like, it's your
But yeah, I would say those guys, man, they definitely play a significant role in what I'm doing. And really, it was more so the music with them, the lifestyle, and not even so much as the materials, but just what they stood for, things like that.
Yeah.
I just really, you know, took a liking to that and really just learned a lot from them outside of what my parents had to tell me. So yeah.
How was the process of like, and I think this is good for like aspiring artists, people who want to start their careers and just jump into it. Like, what were some of those early lessons you had to learn that you looking back on now and wish you would have known?
Man, yeah, it was just like you really got to be prepared. Like you got to really treat this like a job. You know, like you can't really just play around. Just going to the studio unprepared, now you're wasting time and money. You know, you're trying to record or you're trying to perform at a show. You don't got your shit on a USB or whatever. Now you're just there looking dumb. You got to figure out, you know, how to get it to the DJ real quick. So I would say just being prepared, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I
mean, it just prevents so much, you know?
Yeah.
So preparation, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I feel that. I was also trying to ask you, talking about when you were talking about going and putting out songs and like recording for the first time. So like, what was that feeling like when you first like heard yourself on a track and you was like running it back, you know, and then you're just like, damn, bro, you know?
Man, it was crazy. I was like, damn, I really could do this because it sounded good. You know what I mean? It wasn't the best like to what it is now. I had to work and get practice, but it was like, damn, all right, like shit. You know, because I just never really thought I would really get into the booth like that. It was just always like a thing I wanted to do. But then when you actually meet people that got the equipment, got the tools for you to access, it's like, damn, we really, you know, we could really do this. So I was like, all right, yeah, I could really do this on the regular, you know? So I was feeling it. Definitely, I definitely thought I could improve a little bit. It was some things that I could critique, but overall, I was like, yeah, I could do this.
I'm curious, too. I'm curious, how do you know, like, if you're an athlete, it's pretty clear cut how you get better, right? You got to get in the gym, right? You gotta get your reps in and all that. Like for you, how did you commit to getting better as an artist? You know what I mean? Because it's clearly there's a progression there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say really just studying the art. That's the only way to really get better. You just got to really study it from the beginning. You know, like I went to the 80s, went to the 90s, you know, early 2000s. I listened to artists I didn't even want to listen to, you know, and I really seen what they did wrong or what they did right and really just kind of just studied the craft, business-wise, marketing-wise, just like vocals, how you lay choruses, just everything, you know, just really studied the craft and its, you know, its whole. So that's really what I did.
Yeah, no, I'm just always curious about that. Now, one thing I definitely just want to kind of give you a chance to talk about is like finding your sound, right? I think one thing we talked about this, but you're just really big on like originality, right?
Yeah.
And kind of standing on who you are and building that out for yourself. So like, what was that like? What was that process like of trying to find your sound, find your lane, find who Jay York is?
Well, you know, me, I always make what I like. You know, I never really was like, okay, well, what's popping now? Like, what is everybody doing? I was always like, well, this is what I want to make. You know, and hopefully people like it. Luckily they do. So, you know, that was always my approach. I never really was like, you know, into trends and you know, so yeah, that was really my way of going about it.
That's cool, man. And I know you were talking about like, because we were talking about, it was crazy because we were talking about that before you came over here, but for like artists that are coming up, like studio time or like being prepared, like what process do you, I guess, go through before you go to the studio and like even making a song? Like what's that, you know?
Well, I try to go with my songs already taken care of before I get there. So I'm already writing, you know, it's already written before I get there, already practiced, already know, like, you know, pretty much how it's going to go. So when I get there, let's lay it down. You know, I record my verse, hook. Okay, we double it up, you know, ad-libs on to the next one. And then, you know, that's how we utilize studio time. So then at the end, we could just look back at all the tracks and be like, okay, this is what I want to do better. This is what I want to do versus writing in the studio. And then, you know, you take up so much time doing that. Then you record the song. Now you don't have time to really critique anything. You got to book another session just to work on that song. Versus coming prepared, you know, you already you know, got it taken care of. So you could use that last 30 minutes, hour, whatever, to really just critique the song. Like, all right, this is what we're going to do.
Okay. You know, I got you on that. Like, I think everybody has their own process too, you know. Everybody definitely got
that. I've been in the studio where people, you know, they write, and I mean, you know, that's you, do your thing, but I've been in the studio where people, they just went in the studio and recorded. They just didn't even know written down nothing, just freestyle. And that takes a long time, but I mean, if that's how you want to do it, then I just like to utilize my time. I want to knock out a few songs when I'm in there. So
I hear you. That
makes sense.
Would you like? I'm curious. Like, what's your take on like kind of just collaboration? It may not even be with music in general, but I guess we're having a music conversation right now. But like, how big has collaboration been for you?
Man, it's been pretty big. You know, and it sucks because, you know, the majority of people they can be followers sometimes. So you could already thought what I was doing was dope. But now because I link up with this person, now you know you're paying attention. Now it's he's going crazy, but all right, this is the same person I've been. You know, so it's like sometimes you gotta just collab, link up with other people, just so you can reach out to their fan base and you know things like that. I mean, I honestly think that's what made me a little bigger. I mean, obviously what I'm doing, you know, by myself, but you know, linking up with people, you know, collabing, that's definitely took me to a bigger space for sure. So I mean, it's cool, but it's like, it's not a forced thing. It's like you know, if it happens kind of things, if it's the right situation, like I wouldn't really go out of my way to, you know.
Now you definitely got to be a fan of whoever you work with. I think so. That's important.
A lot of my collabs, whether I was on their song or they were on my song, it was like a mutual, like, you know, I fuck with what you got going on. Let's link up and put it together. So it was never like, man, I know if I do a song with you, I'm finna triple up and I'm finna, you know, it was just like, all right, we rocking, you know, it's gonna do what it do. So
got you.
It sounds like a lot more organic than anything, you know.
I'd rather have it that way because, you know, if you're out here forcing it in a sense, then, you know, that just gives somebody the opportunity to be like, well, he begged me for this song, whatever, and, you know, like, nah, you know, this was mutual, you know.
I mean, and like I heard speaking of Ice Cube, I heard Ice Cube say, like, at the end of the day, what matters is what comes out through speakers, right? So like a lot of times it's like people be so fixated on stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the actual reason y'all even collabing. Let's make the best song we could possibly make.
100%. Because a lot of the times the goal you're aiming for won't even get met, and then it's like, what'd you do it for? You know, everybody wasted their time. So
and I know earlier you brought up like preparation, like for a show and everything. So I guess what was that first experience like when you first like hit the stage, like, you know?
Man, like when I messed up or when it went good?
Nah, just whatever, you know. Like, or like even leading up to it, like how did you really prepare for like your first show, you know?
Man, I mean, like that, and that's the example I was using. Like my first show, I wasn't even ready. You know, I was like, I didn't have the music ready. I had everybody come out. Everybody was looking at me like, damn.
You was hyped though.
Man, I was lit, but you know, it didn't even go down. But I mean, that first show where I was really ready, and you know, the people was out there and everything went well. It was like I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous. It was just like you got everybody staring at you like, you know, where's he gonna do next? You know, you trying to remember the lyrics, you trying to get it popping, you know, hype the crowd up. So it's just like so much going on. And I remember like at one of my first shows, I had like some lady in the front. She was like, "You should do this, you should do that." I'm like, bro, I'm trying to focus on what I'm saying. I'm trying to listen to what she's talking about. I'm like, bro, I can't do this, you know. But now like I'm seasoned, you know. I done a lot of shows now. I performed at Stage nightclub before. That was crazy. I was in there like they was definitely looking at me like, yeah, what are you about to do? Not like in a bad way, but they was like, yeah, you gotta do something. This is the club, you know. You stopped the hottest song that's out right now, so we can watch you perform. So you better have something, you know. So that was like, but it worked out. Bro was there too, you know. It was lit.
Yeah, I think the this is a dope conversation because it's like the craft, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times people overlook that, you know. And I remember we had a Gift to Gab up here last year, and she talked a lot about that, about how it is, like you said, it's a job and it is a profession, and you have to treat it like a craft, and like that takes reps, that takes understanding like how to have stage presence, how to like command a crowd and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? So but you got to put the reps in too, you know what I mean?
I went to like even when I was first doing shows, you know, I would have the vocals, like you would kind of hear the vocals at the same time. But now, like the vocals are turned down. You know, I've been practicing my lyrics so much. Now all I need is a beat. I know what I'm going to say now. So it's just stuff like that. But it takes time and practice, you know. So
they've been giving artists a hard time about that too. Like when they put their vocal tracks behind.
What you guys think about that?
Man, I don't think it's easy, bro. That's why I brought it up, because like you know, the people in the crowd, we're just consuming it. You know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, sometimes we'll compare it to like one of the greatest performers and be like, man, you know, whatever. But like we don't really realize how hard it is, or like what's like all the nerves, you know, because it's like we're all human, bro. So it's like, you know, I get it, but it's just I just like to hear how people like prepare for it, or like even the lessons they learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just my take on it.
No, I think for me it's like, I think there's a generation that was like, this is how we did it.
Yeah.
And then they're seeing kind of what's occurring now.
Yeah.
And then they're commentating like, nah. So like when the verses between Dipset and the Lox, that I feel like that's when that whole thing started, because it was Dipset rapping over their vocals, and then the Lox were just like full performance, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that showed like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be done, you know? And I think, I don't know, my take on it is, I mean, it's kind of like separating who's who, right? Because it is a sport too. So it's like, you know, the best performers are the ones that kind of go out there and remember their lyrics. Have breath control, have all those things, you know what I mean? So that's my take on it. But I do think it's a generational thing. You know, I think the younger generation now is like, we don't care. Like,
I was gonna say that because like you'll see like you guys know Mike Sherman's. So I mean, I see his shows all the time, and you can hear like the actual song. Like I hear his lyrics. Like I hear that louder than him on the microphone. But the crowd is still like, so they like they don't care. You know, they're just like. But then you got people like Jadakiss who might have a more seasoned fan base. They're like, nah, we want to hear you because this is what we grew up on. So I think it just all depends. But I mean, me, I want to be the best. I want to do it like Jadakiss, like Jay-Z, like that's the kind of people that I'm looking up to and trying to, you know, take a liking after. I'm not really trying to do it basic.
But a good show is a good show either way. Like, if you put on a good show, I think it really matters in like R&B and like singing. You know what I mean, for sure. Like, you know what I mean.
I just want to highlight that because like a lot of us that aren't artists, we think it's like karaoke, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, man, there's like strategies, there's techniques, there's like the way you put your songs together, the way you flow your whole show, you know what I mean? And I just want to highlight that because I want to let everybody know it ain't easy. You know?
Like I really like, I don't drink before a show, you know, I barely smoke. Like I'm really focused. Like I'm not really talking to people before that. I'm just trying to really just lock in and focus, kind of listen to my music back a little bit. I already got it prepared, but I'm still just, you know, trying to get in that mode. So it's like, you know, but like you said, like versus karaoke, you know, you might be lit and just kicking it, so it's no pressure. But like on a show, you know, you got to really give them a show because they're going to really talk bad about you or not come back. So, Man, and then you never know who's there. You might be winning somebody over with a good show. You might,
there you go.
It's networking. You know? So
there you go. You're always making a first impression, bro.
Yeah,
every time. Man.
That's a lot of. It was a couple shows. Like I met a lot of people there, and it really just like grew my fan base, and opportunities came from that, and opportunities came from those opportunities. So you just never know. It all came from one good performance,
bro. It's like that phrase. They say, "How you do one thing is how you do everything."
Yeah, 100%.
Literally. So. Yeah, I love that. I think that's a good message for anybody out there who's, I mean, honestly, it's universal. You don't got to be an artist. It doesn't matter. Anything you do, be professional and try to put your best foot forward every time.
Yeah, somebody told me, just anything you do, just try to give it 110%, just so you can walk away at least knowing you gave it your best shot no matter what the outcome was. So,
Yeah.
That's real, bro.
Yeah. I actually wanted to get your take on this. Like Irma's saying, like a lot of us from the outside looking in who aren't artists, right? Like actively in the game and whatnot. When you just talk about kind of the Northwest hip hop scene, it's two different perspectives. There's obviously a consumer perspective, like us who listen to music, and then there's the ones who are actually actively contributing to it. You know what I mean? So I guess what is your take on the scene, and like how have you seen it grow? And I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, there's some dope artists. I feel like just as a whole coast, things are just kind of, I wouldn't say stagnant right now, but we just got to all pick it up a little bit. It's just, I think we're just like in a standstill right now. You see other areas kind of going up, and I think we just got to pick it up a little bit. But and I'm not even talking about just the Pacific Northwest. I mean the whole West Coast. So the whole West Coast, we all got to pick it up and just start doing a little better. I just feel like what I see for the most part is just a lot of people leaning more into gimmicks than the music. A lot of people just trying to really go viral and just do different things that's going to get the eyes on them. But then it's like you forget the music still has to be there. And really it's deeper than rap. Like you got to have your whole, the music, the marketing, like everything about you has to be there. And I just think a lot of people forget about that. I think everybody just kind of focus on the gimmicks, trying to go viral, just trying to have that moment and let me make a song for TikTok that's gonna pop, or let me, this viral topic is going on right now, let me talk about that, or instead of really just plugging into them and plugging into the music. So I think more people should just pour into them and, really just kind of take that approach versus just trying to do what everybody wants them to do. But I don't think that's every single artist, but I just think as a whole, as a coast, like that's just what it is right now. A lot of people just leaning more into the gimmicks, stuff like that. So
Yep.
I feel you on that though. I think it's just the culture we're in now, in general.
As
with social media and whatnot. And but I think you do have to kind of like, it kind of forces you and tests you to see like just how original, how committed you are to who you want to be. You know what I mean? And the lane you want to carve.
I think it really just it kind of tells who's who at the end of the day, like who's really doing this for real, who really has the passion for it, and who's just trying to have that moment, because it's a lot of artists, they don't really have a passion for music. They're just trying to, it's cool to be a rapper, or, I want to, this might open the door to another opportunity or whatever. But now I think it's really going to separate who really has the passion, who really does this, and who's just here for the moment. So
that's real. I mean, we live in a day and age, bro, where the barrier to entry doesn't even exist anymore. Like, and that's any industry. I could wake up tomorrow and tell everybody I'm a real estate agent online. They'll believe me. They'll think I'm popping. I'll make it look popping too.
It's crazy.
But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm in it or I do it for real. So I think you're right, bro. Like I think it is about, okay, cool, I'm doing it. Just because you can doesn't mean you actually want to, and you're committed to it. So that's real.
Where's your credentials at, man? That's how I feel. And like you said, that's what any field. Like you said, there's no barriers. It's kind of like I could wake up tomorrow and say I'm as good as Michael Jordan. And if somebody really debates me, it's like, you're a bad person. You can't say that to me. You're like, bro, what? Where's my credentials at? So it's like,
not facts.
I just feel like it's just a lot of scattered activity going on,
That's real.
So it's just like when we all get it together, it'll all get better.
No, for sure.
For sure. I feel you.
I feel like all we can do is contribute what we feel is going to help push it forward. You know what I mean? And Like, you know, you hear that phrase, be the change you want to see, but it's real. Some of those cliche things be real, bro.
Yeah.
You got to be it.
Yeah, a lot of them are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. As creators, you know, we kind of, you know, sometimes when we're trying to come up with ideas and all that, we kind of hit like a block. So how do you kind of, you know, sometimes when I come up with ideas, I'll just walk away, do something else, come back to it, and then you kind of come with a new whatever mind state. But how do you, if you do, get over like writer's block?
That's my approach. You know, I just if I'm at it, like if I'm stumped or, you know, if I can't figure it out, I'll just walk away, you know, pick it back up later, because I don't want to force anything and then, you know, it comes out like trash or whatever. So I just, you know, just walk away for a little bit, probably just go watch something to get motivated, something I like, you know, and then just kind of pick it back up when I can. Sometimes, I mean, usually when I'm writing songs, it'll take like 5 minutes, you know, when I'm really locked in, you know, already, you know, I'd fuck with the beat, you know, already, you know, write my verses real quick. But there's been times like I write a verse, I don't write the second verse for like 2 weeks, you know, because I just want it to come out right. I don't want to force it. So
it's case by case.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. Because I don't think you could ever really rush music.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
it's just, you know.
And that's another thing. Like, you know, you can put out so much music, but where's it going?
Yeah,
you know, like if you're dropping every week, that's cool. But it's like, what's coming after that? You know, like where's the opportunities coming from?
Yeah,
you know, and not even like it's a race for that. You know, but I would think like, you know, if you're doing it to try to, you know, excel and really succeed, you know, some opportunities are gonna come behind it. You can drop a song every day, but if it's not really sticking, if the people's not really feeling it, then, you know, it's like Kendrick, you know, he drops an album every couple of years, but it's like his impact is crazy.
Every 5 years.
Yeah.
Every 5 years to be exact. Yeah, I be counting, bro. Tell them to shorten that a little bit.
You know, and then you got people that might drop every week and their impact, they could go away tomorrow, we wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you just got to really find your lane and really, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, man, because there's artists that be dropping and, like, you know, I fuck with them, but it's like I might miss some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like, sometimes you got to, like, let it sit there and kind of let everybody really take it in, you know what I mean? So,
no, that's real. That's real. I wanted to kind of dive into opening act, right? Like, debut project, right? Official project album. I guess a couple things. Number one, what excites you most about this project? And then what can, you know, listeners, viewers, fans of yours look forward to?
Well, I think the thing that excites me the most about it is the intro. Definitely, I think the intro, everybody's gonna rock with it. Kind of got that dreams and nightmares feel. Okay. You know, like it was crazy. Like it was. I think probably to date, that's one of my best songs in my opinion. And I think what they can look forward to is just kind of finding out about more who I am. You know, just learning more about me, my upbringing. You know, how I feel about certain things. Just, you know, it's gonna be a learning moment, kind of a teachable moment. You know, if you're willing to learn. It's gonna be some fun songs on there too, something you can get it popping to as well. But yeah, it's just gonna be an introduction to me, you know, like the opening act. So it's gonna be one to remember for sure. That intro is gonna be crazy. My outro is gonna be crazy. Whole body work in between is gonna be crazy. And that's why I just really been taking so long to drop. I don't feel like I've been taking long, but you know, this is why my debut project is coming out when it's coming out. You know, I just wanted to put out that, you know, where I know it's gonna be great, top to bottom. So no skips, no misses.
Okay. No, I'm looking forward to it, man.
I appreciate
I'm sure people who've been following you thus far definitely will be too.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit for sure. I'm about to drop the first visual like next month, March. So it's gonna be lit.
Okay.
It's gonna be called Skills Challenge. And the reason I call it that is just because I'm really just displaying my lyrical ability. It's just gonna be crazy. I mean, the drops, the ad-libs, it's gonna be crazy. You know, but it's not even on no like super hip hopper. But I would like compare it to something Meek Mill would do. Okay, you know, like that. That's a big influence.
The
like
energy.
I was talking, it's gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be big.
Hell yeah, man.
I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man. I actually wanted to get your take on this, man. You know, I just want to get your thoughts on when it comes to artists and more specifically rappers. You know, you always hear a lot about how they put a lot of responsibility on rappers to like say something, right? Say something progressive, say something meaningful, and just be cautious of the things they say in their lyrics and all that good stuff, right? But at the same time, it's art, right? And it's expression, and that's that person's story. But like, what are your thoughts on like people putting that on rappers and be like, yo, you need to be the one to say this or don't say that? You know what I mean?
I mean, for one, you know, they don't do this, so who are you to tell somebody what to talk about? You know, y'all never been in the studio, you never performed, you never, you know, you don't know what it really takes to be that. So for you to tell somebody what to do while not, you know, having any experience in that field is just crazy. But I mean, I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You don't want to send the wrong message. I mean, I think it's definitely certain topics as you get older you shouldn't touch on anymore. I mean, that's just me. You know, I'm never gonna tell somebody what to talk about. But I know me, as I grow older, there's probably gonna be certain things I talk about less.
Yeah.
Probably messages I try to send more.
Yeah.
But that's just because me, you know, I got a nephew. I got nephews, you know, I got like, you know, I got people that look up to me, you know. So I don't want to send the wrong message, but that's just me, you know. But however you do it, do what you do. But I feel like the consumers, at least adults, you know, they should be smart enough to, you know, right from wrong. But and if you don't want your kids listening to it, then just, you know, don't have your kids listen to it.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of been like a big topic in hip hop. With if you're familiar with D1. D1, D1. He's been pushing. He's pushing more so for just kind of like having dialogue about it. But what I took from that was like, if I'm a fan of an artist, and as an artist grows, obviously their music reflects where they're at in their current day, right? So like you said, like if 20 years pass and we still there, and I'm not there, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think most consumers just want to grow with the artist. You know what I mean? Like you don't get 444 from Jay-Z in 2001, right? You see what I'm saying? So I just think that's kind of my take on it. You can't tell people what to say, but I think you just want to see people grow. You know what I mean?
And I agree. Like I was saying, me personally, I'm gonna grow as an artist. I'm gonna stop talking about certain things. I'm gonna send different messages. But you know, just artist to artist, you know, some people don't have it in them. You know, some people really they don't have the ability to really, you know, take it there lyrically or you know really tell a story or you know things like that. They kind of got to stay in that lane. So you know, if it sounds good, then I mean, you know. But like I said, you know, I'm gonna listen to what I listen to. You know, I'm gonna stay in my lane. So a lot of rap like that's kind of, you know, niggas are, you know, 40, 50 still. You know, I don't even listen to that. So I'm like,
we don't buy it, bro.
I don't even know that.
Nice.
I don't even know, man.
Nah,
so
I feel you. Even as a listener, we're like, man, dog, like
this ain't it.
This
ain't it.
Because I think it's just like you got a platform. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is a platform, but then your music's a platform. You know what I mean? He's a photographer. His photography's a platform too. So I just think people, when you look at it as that, you're like, all right, cool. Like, let me control what comes out of my platform. You know, a little more.
And I think, I mean, you know, if you're maturing, you know, everybody gets older, but if you're maturing as you age, then you know naturally, you know, your content's gonna change.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's facts.
I love that.
Yeah. I kind of want to take it back to the album too. Since making your first album, what lessons did you take from like making an album?
Man, you know, I kind of really just went in and just did me. You know, I didn't really have any formula to go off. I would say, I just knew that I definitely wanted an intro that was crazy. I knew my artwork had to be, you know, convincing. You know, people see it and then want to go to it. And then I just really wanted to make sure that the body of work was crazy. I didn't really, you know, it was kind of just a thing. I guess once it goes out and you know it's received, then we'll see. So I can't really say right now.
I'm excited for that, man.
It's gonna be lit.
I can't wait, bro.
It's dope, man.
I'm telling y'all, man, from top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Hell yeah. Now I feel like I always ask guests who come up here this question, but I feel like I'm just gonna ask it every episode because I'm curious. Like, what kind of balances you out, right? Like, you work hard, you grinding, right? You talking about you making moves and you got a clear focus, but I also feel like, you know, we all got life to live too. So what are some tips or what works for you to balance things out so you don't get too swayed on one side or the other?
Definitely family time, chilling with the bros. Cause actually, he'll tell me all the time, like, bro, you're still a person. Like, I'm always so locked in, like, music, what's the next move? What are we doing? Like, he's like, bro, how was your day?
Yeah.
What new video game you playing? Like, just talk to me about regular life, So it's like my family and bros definitely keep me balanced.
That's good.
That's like really it, having them locked in, just, being able to chop it up, just forget about the important stuff and just laugh a little bit,
Yeah, that's important, man.
Yep. For real. And then I also want to ask, I mean, you kind of touched on the bros, but how important is it to have like a team?
Man, crazy. You definitely need a team. Because when I was first doing it, I was like, I'm going to just do this on my own. I'm going to drop the music and, people's going to gravitate. And they were at first, but then you realize you really can't do it alone. You can't touch every area by yourself. So it's good to have a team, just to have bros for people you may not talk to, bros for, they're in rooms you're not in, or, they can put you there, or, just things like that. Like, my bro, Stacks, Sammy.
Yes, sir.
Shout out
Sammy, man.
Shout out Brody. But he helped me put together a lot of songs, which elevated me, being in hookah bars, getting my songs played, he was a part of that, so not to say I couldn't do it alone, but just having that assist, having that team, having somebody just be like, York, that's my boy, he's good, and then just going from there. So, and then, just being connected with different areas, stuff like that. So having a team is vital. It don't matter how good you are, you gotta have people,
Yeah.
Nah, I feel that, bro. Because it's even important, like you said, what you was talking about, how they're like, what, how was your day? Like, just that can like even help you, like, you'd be like, man, what is chill, and then you're like, oh, I got an idea, boom, and then you kind of, you come at it with a different, approach. So I mean,
bro, be like, you gotta chill sometimes. You be like, man, let's just chop it up, just it's regular.
For real, man.
Nah, that's important. Dope. I feel like that also helps you creatively too. I feel like, for me personally, like when I'm able to step away from something, you itching to get back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you needed that break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you never know. Like, you might just be out kicking it or whatever, and then you might just stumble across something, and it's like, damn, that was a idea that got sparked. Something happened, and now I could go home, and, that happens all the time.
Yeah. Or you get to meet people, too.
Absolutely.
That you can introduce yourself to and help further things, too.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah,
that's real. That's real.
Man. Because I feel like music is kind of just like a reflection of like your experiences too. You know what I'm saying? Then I feel like that's a big influence. So it does help when you're just doing, just living your normal life, and then you come across like ideas. So I think man.
And it'll be cool just being out. You'll see people, and I'm like, oh yeah, Jay York, I rock with what you got going on, and then it's like that just motivates you. Now you just got a million ideas. Like, damn, I got people ready for the next day they rocking with. Like, man, let me
Yeah,
that's just gonna spark
because you never really know who's watching, who's tapped in, who's supporting. A lot of times people don't engage with you, whether it's on the internet. You know what I mean? That's not their style. But like if they see you in person, they'll tell you like, "Yo, I've been watching what you do. I love what you do." That whole thing. So it's good to get out and meet, touch people.
That really happened. The craziest thing. I was outside. I was just outside kicking it one day. This dude walked up to me. He said, "You don't know me, but I know you. Man, keep going. I've been watching what you got going on." I was like, damn.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, my name is. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's what's up. What's happening, It was just like, damn, you just really never know.
Yeah.
Like,
never know.
It's crazy, man.
It's powerful, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's real. I also wanted to get your take on this, man. Like, what, for you right now, like, what excites you for the future? And it could be near, it could be far, but, like, I don't know, when you look out into the future, what excites you?
Man, just seeing where things could go, just so many opportunities, came up now in the past. I just performed at the Cool South Center. Had another show up north after that. But just being able to perform at the Cool, South Center, that's dope.
That's big.
Just doing features. I modeled in a show like a couple years back.
Okay.
Just trying to do more of that. Just really seeing where things could go. Outside of music, just really being a whole brand. Just really,
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, just the music too. I mean, the music's just gonna be crazy. I'm getting better every day. I'm really working on it every day.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just excited for everybody to see what I'm working on, especially that skills challenge song. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I think everybody's really that's gonna be the one that lets everybody know, like, all right, he's here. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know, but that's gonna be the one, like,
I love that. I love that, man.
So, what advice do you got for somebody trying to get in the game?
Man, like I was saying earlier, being prepared, definitely. Just really knowing what you're getting yourself into. Being able to have that thick skin, because you may not always hear what you want to hear. Things may not always go how you want to go. You may think, man, this song finna be the one, but it may just put you up just a little bit. It may not really take you, to where you thought it was gonna go. Just being, patient. Just always making sure you go in there and give it your best effort, put the best quality in there, take your time. If you gotta redo it, redo it. Don't let the engineer's face, or because sometimes the engineer, they be like, damn, I gotta do this shit again. But it's like, man, you gotta make sure it's right. It's you, and you paying them. We on the time clock, so just always make sure if you gotta redo it. Just put out the best product. Network. Definitely network, get out there and talk to people, but don't force it, don't go out your way, or, but just make sure you're always in those rooms, always approaching people, just really have that team around you.
That's all gems.
Real.
All gems. Hope y'all taking notes, man. Now, where can people find you if they wanted to tap in with Jay York's movement, whether, online, social media? Where can they follow you?
So Instagram is Jay York. You just type in JAY space YORK. Find me on there. YouTube, same thing. That's really where I'm at right now. Apple Music, Spotify, all platforms, same thing. JAY space YORK. New project coming this spring. Finna drop the first visual in March. Skills challenge is gonna be lit. We just taking off from there for real.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in, man. Now, before we get you out of here, bro, I gotta ask this question. We ask every guest this question. So if you can, my brother, what's one word to describe what keeps you on the up and up, and why?
Man, family. Family. That's what I'm doing it for. It's been bigger than me for a while.
Yeah.
It's definitely a passion and a dream, but family. Just want to see them in a better position. Just showing them that it can be done, on the highest level.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm striving for.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
I love that. All about the fam.
Yes, sir.
All about the fam. Yeah, man. Well, man, first of all, I just want to thank you for being here, bro.
Hey, thank you guys. This was a great interview. Like, we was really just chopping it up. It was a great conversation,
Yeah, hell yeah, sir. Man. Nah, but thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the work, bro. And we wish you much success moving forward, always, bro.
Hey, likewise, bro.
And you got support with us here at the Up and Up, always.
Always.
And with that being said, I think it's safe to say Jay York's officially a member of the Up and Up.
Yes,
sir.
Come on, man.
Clap it up, my brother.
Hey, I'm finna get a rug for my house too, man. Like they got.
Oh yeah. Come on, man.
I'm finna get all the apparel up and up.
We're gonna put that online.
HTG up and up.
We'll make that available for purchase soon.
Yeah. Hey, HTG up and up, man. Let's get it.
To continue supporting the podcast and the entire Up and Up movement, be sure to rate, review, like, and subscribe.
As well as follow us @_the Up and Up on all social media platforms to stay connected with everything the Up and Up has coming your way.
Thanks for listening, and until the next one,
keep it on the Up and Up.